Fun Day Friday! But you don't know because you're watching part 3 of a 3-part mini-series, so you may be watching this in the future on a Tuesday, in the middle of the night on a Wednesday. We don't know when you're catching this episode. We're glad you are because it's part 3 of a 3-part mini-series, right?
Yep.
And we have a lot to get to today. We want to get straight to it for those that are trying to get through all 3 series, but we do have our normal Family Fun Day Friday show that we got to get out of the way, right? Let's get the awesome part out of the way first. Buc-ee's, shout out to you. Best road tripping family in the world. Trying to get Buc-ee to sponsor us, so we're giving them a little extra love, right? All right, Buc-ee's. Before we get to you, we have something even more important than the Buc-ee. Sean, you got some show and tell for today? Addy, can you get that coffee started?
Yeah.
Best barista in the Emerald Coast right here. Sean, what you got?
This is Theo.
Theo. He has a name on him. Who is Theo? What's he represent, Sean?
He's Theo, and he's from the Leclerc City.
No, that's where you're born. He's from where? Addy, help him.
South
Walton. Good job.
South Walton.
That's right. Here on the Emerald Coast, one of our beautiful sea turtles. You can buy and purchase him when you're here on visit and you're touring around. This goes straight to the conservatory. So you can keep our beaches clean by doing hashtag clean, dark, and flat. Now, for those of you who know who've seen our sea turtle controversy episodes, Addy, are you part of the sea turtle group down here?
Yes, I am.
In Navarre, right?
Yep.
We have them on every part of the Emerald Coast, up and down, right?
Yep.
And so on South Walton Beach, this is this group. And when you buy this sea turtle, and we're not selling it to you, we're just telling you when you come on vacation here, it is the number 1 and 2 ranked beaches in America. But when you get down here, when you purchase these cool sea turtles, Theo is the South Walton Beach, and there's one for every single one. That money goes toward keeping the beaches flat, keeping the beaches dark, because as you know, if sea turtles see any light whatsoever, what happens, Addy?
They go towards that one.
Yeah, and do they go toward the moon and toward the ocean like they're supposed to?
No.
No, they go toward the traffic and they get hurt, right?
Or killed.
Yeah, so we keep it dark on the beaches in these specific areas so that they can go back to the ocean, right?
Yep.
How many clutches, which is nests for those of you who don't know, did we have this year in Navarre? Or sorry, last year in Navarre?
27 over there, right?
Yep, but on Navarre Beach, how many do we have? 13. Little lady forgot. 13 clutches. We had 13 nests, which is a huge group, right? That was awesome.
Yep.
Now, the ones that we helped dig up, were there any sea turtles left in those? No, they all got out, right?
Yep.
That's good. That's healthy. But when you join that team, you get to help go out there, clean the beaches, check them, monitor them, and then eventually help get them out. So this is Theo. He's a gray dog, but he represents South Walton. We'll show you some other ones when we pick those up.
Yep.
Okay. Sean and Addy, is that coffee ready?
Yes, it is.
Simultaneous sip is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Sean, the 5-year-old, could you please lead us in that beautiful speech? We are going early today. Did you guys want to start early again?
Yes.
Yeah. If there's anything, it's not that we're consistent about the 8 o'clock start time. It's consistent that on Family Fun Day Friday, these kids are up early ready to go. Is that right? Thank you, family.
You're welcome.
All right, Sean, roll that beautiful bean footage.
All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard or a chalice or a flask, a contained jug or a stein, a vessel of any kind, filled with your favorite liquid. I should like coffee, how cocoa works too, with some crunchy peanut butter or soft peanut butter. Not let it go, Jack.
That's the pose of it.
Anything will work. And let's do simultaneous sip.
All right, guys, get that simultaneous sip on to join the day. Wherever you're at, space and time, you are joining us. We know it. We feel it. Ooh, and we appreciate it. That's some good dopamine right there. Now, you got 9 o'clock show every day with Erica and the 4. They've always got special guests going on. Awesome show each and every day.
Yep.
Continuing the Scott Adams school and teaching everybody across the world. We got Scott Adams meetups as well that are blowing up in every city across America. So you want to check that out as well if you haven't had a chance to look that up. We'll be hosting one here on the Emerald Coast when it gets a little bit warmer, maybe for Daddy's birthday in March. But we'll get back with more detail as we get closer.
Yep.
Okay, guys. Yes, little buddy?
You can't spell
Daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell Daddy without the Addy. And special guest, Sean
Alexander the Great.
Now, guys, what's orange and sounds like a parrot?
What?
A carrot. How about you got though? What did the blanket say when it fell off the bed?
What?
Oh, shit.
Oh, see?
Probably should have said that one. What was even more useful than the first telephone?
What?
The second telephone. Think about it. Well, what's good if you only got one phone? You got to have a second one, right?
Yeah.
That one's pretty good, right? Now, here you go. What's the least spoken language?
Latin.
Latin? That was a good answer, little girl. But nope, there's lots of people speaking that one. We'll get on that later.
Okay.
What's the least spoken language? Nana got it. Sign language. You know sign language. Show me some sign language. Whatever. Learn
Change
and grow. Very good, guys. Now, last, you didn't know this one. What building in your town has the most stories?
What? Texas?
The library. You silly guys. You couldn't get that one. I thought you were going to get that one. That's good, guys. Okay, Addy, we have a very important show to get to today. We're going to talk about the outcomes of what we learned in part 1 and part 2. Okay. Well, let's first lead us in that pledge so that we can remember we're all united, wherever you're joining us from, however you're joining us, that we have different ideas, we have different ways to handle things, we have different opinions, and we have about 1 million ways that we can identify why you don't like us or why we may not like you, because you're different, right?
Right.
But what does a bro need, Addy?
Just 5 things.
If I can find 5 things on any bro, which is pretty easy to do, that we like, are we best friends?
Yes, forever.
Yeah, that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll give you 5 reasons to like us today, and we'll be best friends, even though you can find lots of reasons not to like somebody, right?
Right.
But let's stand united in that one goal that we have, right?
Right. Let's go, America. Let's go, kids. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now that says justice for all. That is how we end every episode, except for the one episode on the positive day where we didn't mention justice for all, right?
Just one episode.
Just one episode, because we want to see justice for all. And what we're going to talk about is a little bit about that today is, are we ever going to get to justice for all? And we've got lots of news we could cover. There's lots of things to talk about and to share as a newscast. We should get there. So we're going to hit 2 parts of the news real fast before we dive into our mini series. And what we want to share is that in Florida, legislative reforms, which is why one of the reasons we moved here, have announced a major dividend with the yield of Florida policyholders, an average savings of $173 per vehicle on auto insurance. Nick shows already that Progressive sent him $350 back, and his homeowner's insurance went down $1,100. Those are policies in play that Ron DeSantis has put in here in Florida. One of the reasons we moved here, and you can see that it's driving costs down and you're getting paid back. Now, unless you played the game Monopoly, you've never received a card that says dividends in your favor. You get paid. Lots of investors get that, but you probably have never seen the check come in the mail from the insurance companies you're paying, right?
Yeah.
So Floridians, are they winning?
Yes.
It's good to see winning, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay. We also have lots of other things that we could dive into, and we do want to get to these pieces, but I think it's more important that we run straight into the outcomes that we're seeing here, okay? So we've used all the fact checkers in the world. You already know MK Ultra. Addy, give them the recap. What is MK Ultra?
MK Ultra is a mind controlling
program.
And
what were they trying to do?
They were trying to
I don't know. You're doing the news. MK Ultra, Addy, what were they trying to do?
What were they trying to do? They were trying to change human behaviors, how far they can go.
That's right. So MK Ultra took place through the 50s to 1973. You probably don't remember this, the new CIA director that stopped that?
Yeah.
What was his name?
His name was Richard Helms.
Whoa, nice job, little girl. The 8-year-old got you guys. If you didn't watch the last 2 episodes, the 8-year-old knows more than you, right? So that's the CIA director. It was Alan Dulles. It was the first CIA director. And then when Richard came in 73, he wanted to cover the tracks up, right?
Yep.
Did they burn a bunch of boxes? Did they try to cover it up? But did we get some of those boxes?
Yeah.
Did we learn some of what they knew?
Yes.
And you exposed that in an hour episode, right? So we're not going to keep talking about that. You already know, or you can go back and watch. So MK Ultra was real. They learned behavior modifications. We got that. Then what was the next piece that we talked about yesterday?
Mockingbird.
Good job, little girl. Operation Mockingbird. And that showed us, right, that the CIA literally put what?
They literally put
their own agents in news reporters, in the newscasts, and in the CEOs that ran the news agencies. So were the news agencies reporting news, or were they literally telling the narrative as they were demanded to?
Telling the narratives why they were demanding to.
Right, so there was no real news, was there? No, we exposed that Operation Mockingbird, a known program that the government at the time threw in these agencies and told you what to believe. Did they manipulate all of America?
Yes.
Right. But did America know they were being manipulated?
Yes.
No, they didn't, Addy. We just found out. Were they telling people the truth that they were manipulating them?
No.
Okay, Addy, so one more time. Did America know that they were being manipulated?
No.
No. Why, Addy? Because would people willingly be manipulated?
Yes. No, Sean.
You think somebody wants to be manipulated?
No.
Okay. Addy, what do you think? Tell me.
I think they do not want to be manipulated.
I don't know. I've never met somebody that signs up and says, please manipulate me, right?
Right.
So did the CIA have to lie to everybody?
Yes.
Right. And now what are we learning today, Addy? Take it over. So we learned about the CIA. We know that they drugged people, that they ran different tests, 149 projects, sub-projects, that they knew how to change the behaviors of which groups of people?
The most vulnerable groups.
That's going to be our discussion today. So the most vulnerable groups were targeted, right? And they knew how to deal with drugs and manipulate people, right? To make them do stuff they didn't want to do, right? Yes. Okay. Then we learned under Operation Mockingbird that the news that's been covering America, the mainstream media from New York Times to CBS, were all propaganda machines, right?
Yep.
That's not changed, right?
No, it's not.
Okay. So tell us what number 3 is, Addy, today.
Who? The FBI.
The FBI, okay.
So now the FBI's in it.
Well, maybe they're doing something good. I don't know. Tell me, what did the FBI do?
Corner program.
No, sweetie. You practiced this word already this morning.
Come on.
Let's go, little girl.
No.
What's the word? You wrote this all down yourself. Now, it isn't her handwriting, a 3rd grade handwriting, so I will say it's probably not the easiest thing to read, but we practiced this word several times already. What's the word, Addy? Stop staring at it and just look up. What did the FBI do? Sometimes I think she shouldn't be reading. She just knows it all. What did the FBI do? The name of the program is COINTELPRO. Don't read it. The name of the program is COINTELPRO. It was a counterintelligence program. What was it, Addy?
A counterintelligence program.
Please continue.
A counterintelligence program where on American citizens.
Continue.
When would this happen? 1956 to 1971.
Interesting. Aren't those the same dates that they were running MK Ultra?
Yeah.
Aren't those the same dates that Operation Mockingbird took place?
Yes.
Okay, so continue. The FBI, under the program, you guys can Google this up, look it up yourself. COINTELPRO was the name of the program. The FBI was running it from 1956 to 71.
Yep.
And what was the program? Why were they doing it, Addy?
Why? To manipulate.
To manipulate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Manipulate what? Oh, how did they do that?
How did they do it? Lies, forged letters.
Forged letters? Forged letters?
Mm-hmm.
Our own government was forging letters.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
And news.
Well, we already knew from Operation Mockingbird that the CIA was controlling the news narrative, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're telling us that the FBI, working with the CIA, was able to feed them lies and rumors to further manipulate the public's trust and the public's knowledge. Is that right?
Yes.
So this is known fact. There's no conspiracy here whatsoever. It is a known fact that the FBI ran a program from 56 to 71 that you know about to manipulate by lying, creating fake rumors, and then spreading them. Where did they spread them, Addy?
They spread them to the vulnerable groups. They spread them to America.
Right. Well, was everybody in the vulnerable group?
Yes.
Was every American in a vulnerable group when you trust the news through the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s?
Yes.
But what do we know that the programs were designed to do, Eddie?
Manipulate.
Okay, so you have Operation Mockingbird, you have MK Ultra, and now you have COINTELPRO. What is the program? COINTELPRO, which is a counterintelligence program. So you have the FBI, the CIA working together to manipulate. To manipulate, right? Were they telling the truth?
No.
Oh, they were purposely lying. Is that right? Do we have that on paper?
Yes.
Do we know that that's what happened to your grandparents, to our parents, to everybody across America from 1950 all the way to 2024?
Yes.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Right. But the one thing that the average human doesn't is they don't even know those programs are real, Addy.
What?
Did you know that?
No, I don't.
You know those programs are real, but the average person on the street thinks this is what they call a conspiracy. But is there proven, thanks to the Freedom of Information Act and thanks to whistleblowers, do we know that those programs are real?
Yes.
Do we know that they took place?
Yes.
Is it reasonable or logical to assume that they would continue those programs in secret?
Yes.
Absolutely. Do we already have knowledge and proof, as we presented earlier this week, from Mark Zuckerberg and Meta over to Twitter before Elon bought it, that the CIA and FBI were actively lying again to the American public?
Yes.
Right. That doesn't mean the entire CIA, right?
Right.
Are there bad actors inside the CIA?
Yes.
Did the CIA admit that less than 14 days ago?
Yes.
Yes. And did those bad actors do bad things?
Yes.
Yeah. Some examples where they put white women that were going to church on the terrorist list. They put Catholics, Mexican Catholics that were attending church on the terror list.
Yes.
They said that they were going to become extremists because of their American values. Does that seem like a program that's designed to strengthen Americans?
No, it sounds like it's trying to weaken Americans.
Right. Well, that's what we want to talk about today, is just the evidence, just the proof of what happened after these things were learned. And we're just going to use stats, and we're just going to show you the outcomes of these programs.
Yeah.
So let's ask you, if a group of people learned from MK Ultra that they could use drugs to manipulate people and weaken them, right, the vulnerable groups, then they learned from Operation Mockingbird that if they put the news in front of these vulnerable groups that they've helped make vulnerable from the drugs, can they manipulate them?
Yes. Yes.
Right. And do we know that bad actors in the FBI were willing to do that?
Yes.
So do we know that there are bad actors in the government agencies that are willing to manipulate American citizens without their knowledge?
Yes.
We know that as a fact, right?
Yes, there's a fact.
Well, how do we defend against that?
We say maybe.
Well, no, we know it's true, but how do we defend against that? We're going to talk about that. Let's look at the ways that it can be defended. So some of the outcomes we've seen, and we're going to talk about these numbers straight from the fact checks, guys.
Yep.
Short-term videos started with Vine, launched in 2012 by Twitter, 6-second loops. TikTok, ByteDance popularized the global after a 2018 merger. The application for kids, TikTok has tried to say above 13, they can't do this thing. But let's talk about what that happens. What has been happening to the attention of children, what has been happening to the children that got drugs. We've got data here that shows. Let me just show you right here. I'm just going to show you the numbers. So previous to 1973, Mockingbird was what, Addy? Were they using drugs to modify the behavior?
Yes.
Into the most vulnerable groups, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's look at what happened after Mockingbird closed, after MK Ultra shut down, okay? So all that information that they took, what do you think happened with it? Do you think anybody applied it?
I think, yes.
Well, let's look at it. The revenue for Big Pharma after MK Ultra ended the program with all the knowledge and the 149 they had in 1980 was sitting at $53 billion. It rose just by 1990. So from 1980 to 1990, with all the information they had, it rose to 107 billion. That's a 102% increase. By 1990 to 2000, it increased another 207 billion. That's a 93% increase again. Then in 2000 to 2022, 207 billion to
7 billion.
700
700 billion.
750 billion. Guys, it went from 207 billion to 750 billion dollars. That's a 260% increase. And we haven't finished with 2024 because it's estimated to go ridiculously higher than that. Now, what does that pair with? The ADHD diagnosis rise in kids which is a constant rate. Boys, 2 times that of the girls. From 1880 to 1990, very low, only 2%, even though we have limited tracking. After all this information was applied, from 1990 to 2000, it rose to over 6%. From 97 to 98, it went to 10%. And by 2015, we're over 11% of the children being given pills to tell them that they have ADHD, to tell them that they're not able to sit still. Should a little boy with testosterone and growing and energy running every day, should he sit still for 8 hours a day and stare at a teacher talking?
No, they want to move.
Is there any point in time in history where that ever existed?
No, they're going to do something to get that energy.
But the experiment started taking place here in America, and they started taking children into the schools and forcing them to sit down. And then with the knowledge that they learned from MK Ultra, from Operation Mockingbird, and as we know from CounterPro, the FBI's willing to lie, did they start shoving pills to the children?
Yes.
So they started drugging up. Did the big pharma start making record profits?
Yes.
Yes, they did. And what have we learned? Did that make the kids smarter?
No.
No. Did that make the kids stronger?
No.
No, we have outcomes, and we can read the outcomes, right? So as we look at what happened to American citizens from the 70s and 80s after these operations that were meant to manipulate and weaken the herd were in place, do we see stronger Americans or weaker Americans?
Weaker Americans.
Well, we see both, right?
Right.
Those that are further removed from giving their children big pharma pills, do we see healthier outcomes?
Yes.
Right. And then the children that have been giving pills and have been giving all these things, do we see unhealthy outcomes?
Yes.
Right. Who's more easily manipulated? The children that have been stuck on big pharma their entire life, or the child that was given outdoors in sunshine?
Pharma.
The big pharma is easily manipulated. If we go back to what we learned at MK Ultra, those that are seeking to control the individuals, do they want them weaker?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, hop out. Little buddy's done. He's not paying attention. Sorry for the distraction.
Yeah.
Guys, let's look at reading. Reading has gone down to a 30% approval. More than 70% of the children in America, since these programs have been run, can't read anymore. 70% of fourth graders across America don't have the ability to read. Is that making them stronger or weaker as they're going to grow up?
Weaker.
Does that raise the trajectory of their lifespan, or does it lower it?
Lowered it tremendously.
Are you able to manipulate Americans if they can't read?
Yes.
So is it in the benefit of a strong America to make them read, or is it the benefit of a strong shadow government, the strong bad actors, to create weaker population?
A strong America.
That's what we want, but you can see the attacks that are in place. You can see how we've been weakened. And it's not because the CIA, because the FBI. There are bad actors inside these programs. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
And have we busted them?
Yes.
But we're not going to be able to change until we talk about these outcomes. The irregular attention span on a child right now is abysmal. It has been destroyed. One of the ways we know it's been destroyed has been through what we call short videos. You can go check the studies. You can go look at the PhDs. We have all the information right here for anything that you want to read on any study that will clearly show you what these individuals have been doing. One of the pieces is showing that developing brains, so listen to this. Children should have strictly limited supervised access to short form videos, ideally none under the age of 13, per the platform rules that they're now learning, and under 36 minutes a day for teenagers to avoid the risks shown by evidence. I know nobody's following those rules, Addy.
No one.
Right? You'd be a strict parent. You would be almost Amish if you tried to tell your teen they were only going to get 30 to 60-minute days of screen time. They get way more than that.
Mm-hmm.
If you tried to tell anybody under the age of 13 that they couldn't have blue screen and have screen time, do we see that happening everywhere?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In fact, most of the people that put their kids in front of the screens don't watch this show, so we know you're doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about the vulnerable, right? What did we learn about MK Ultra? What group do they attack?
The most vulnerable group.
The most vulnerable group. So we're describing the most vulnerable group to you. Developing brains, here you go. Here's your more evidence. Developing brains, the prefrontal cortex matures in the 20s. It can face fragmented attention, weaker inhibitory control, impulsive spikes, called the TikTok brain, reduces the theta power in the frontal areas. Now, whole bunch of numbers here for you to look at, the plus meta-analysis, the studies that they show, over 98,000 people in use of it. Recent use studies confirm higher inattention in school kids. Now, we asked Grok what he wanted to do to fix this, and he said build in app timers, pretty cool, that enforce breaks, auto-filter addictive loops, right, so they don't let you get stuck in them, and suggest longer educational content. Guys, here's the big catch. Longer educational content. Parents use device controls for oversight, pair with real-world activity training, sustain focus, like reading or puzzles. But do kids want that? Yeah, kids aren't going to give me a puzzle, right?
I'll ask it.
You will. What does it take? What do the parents have to do?
You have to make them.
But knowing
is half the battle.
And do parents know this?
No.
No, this information's been hidden, right? They didn't. Most parents didn't even understand that these programs were real and are real. What are we up against? You're up against corporations. What are you up against?
Corporations.
Yep. Do people want to have control over you?
Yes.
Do they benefit?
Yes.
How so? Can they tell you what to buy? Can they tell you what to think?
Can they tell you what to eat? Yes.
Do they know how to give you fake headlines and how to lie to you?
Yes.
Exactly. And that's what we've been seeing played out. So we're going to show you some of these tips and teach you on how to identify. For example, New York Times just released an article yesterday. Okay. Now they do this all the time. Joel Cochran taught me a long time ago, and we're teaching some other people down the line here. These articles are built because they know from MK Ultra and Operation Mockingbird how to emotionally connect. What's our number 3 rule with becoming a category of one?
Emotionally connect better than anyone else.
Now, we learned this from Mockingbird. Emotionally connect better than anyone else. MK Ultra learned that we can change your behavior if we emotionally connect with you better than anyone else. Meaning that in a tagline, New York Times, here's the example. New York Times ran a piece on their homepage, and we've already had liberals attack us because they thought this was real until we showed them the last line. Yeah. New York Times ran a piece on their homepage about a guy getting deported, even though he had lived in the U.S. since a teenager and had been here for 20 years. Now, does that get you emotionally connected? He's been here for 20 years and you're going to kick him out? I'm emotionally connected. And then what did we find out?
What?
19 of those years were in prison for murder. 19 of those years were in prison for murder. New York Times bragged out loud that this bro was here for 20 years. In their headline, in their article, do they know, thanks to Operation Mockingbird, thanks to MK Ultra, that their own followers, that their own readers were never even going to read the last sentence in their page? Did they know that?
No.
Yes, they did, Addy. That's how they manipulate them. They know that they're not going to read. Man, you are not doing great today. Stop guessing and listen. Did they know that their readers are not going to read their own articles?
Yes.
Addy, you have examples of that. Have we had liberals, remember Zandra, we don't talk about it anymore, did she used to attack us and try to send articles?
Yes.
And then would Daddy read her own article?
Yes.
And then would I copy the part of her own article she didn't read at the bottom and send it right back to her?
Yes.
And did that make her mad?
Yes.
Would she reach in the back and start throwing poo?
Yes.
Because why? Has she been a product of MK Ultra and Operation Mockingbird?
Yes.
Yes. Has she been a project of COINTELPRO, of the FBI lying and manipulating?
Yes.
Yes, she's a prime example, but she's not the only one. There's several thousand liberals that have lost their mind because are they the most vulnerable?
Yes.
Yes. And are they taking pills?
Yes.
Right. And then are they losing all forms of logic?
Yes.
Yes. When you can send your own article to prove your point, but they didn't even read their own article, how's that possible?
It's not.
Are they being manipulated?
Yes.
Yes. And if you present truth to those individuals who are the most vulnerable, who are the most weak, who have been manipulated, are products of this program, what do? You
start growing poop.
They have to, right? Right here in the article, New York Times wrote the article. And in the bottom, they tell you that he was here in prison for 19 years. But the headline says he was here for 20. The body of the paragraph talks about how he's been here for that long. Does that emotionally connect their readers?
Yes.
Right. And now are they able, boop, 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 to go right over their head and skip all logic?
Yes.
That's how it's been designed. Is that the information that they learned under MK Ultra?
Yes.
And is this the application of it in real world time?
Yes.
Is that what we're up against?
Yes.
Guys, what are we supposed to do when we're up against individuals, okay? And if you watch the State of the Union, Donald Trump called them sick and sickos because they couldn't even stand up for Americans, right?
Right.
You're up against no liberals. We've been attacked regularly from school teachers at Allen High School, where I grew up from, that live in the most conservative part of the world, the most conservative town, and they think that they're hardcore Democrat liberals living in Southside Chicago. Is that anywhere from the truth? They've never even been to Southside Chicago. They haven't even walked the same streets of New York City that this little girl has. Right. But they believe and they think that they want to be different because why? What's happened to them?
The news has manipulated them.
That's right, little girl. Have they been manipulated?
Yes. And
Is that why they do not like debate?
Yes.
If you're intelligent, if you have a point to make, do you like debate?
No.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
You're failing all over the place today. I like debate. I don't know about Addy. She doesn't seem to like debate. I think that if you're intelligent and you like to cover your points, that you like debate. Now, if you're a dodo bird, if you're being manipulated, do you like debate?
No.
That's right. I thought you liked debate. Did you not understand the question?
I didn't know what debate is.
Okay. What is debate? We do this every morning. What are our philosophy talks? When Plato and Socrates and everyone's sitting around, what are they doing?
Did you do what he said? Did you?
No, what are they doing?
They're talking.
No, they're debating. Did you wake up too early today?
I think so.
Okay, little girl woke up a little too early today. She is not on fire. Do some calf raises for me. Do we talk about Plato every morning?
Mm-hmm.
And what are they doing in their groups?
Debating.
Debating, right? And how does Plato teach you to debate? You know this answer.
He says what he does what he says, and he does it the best way possible.
So can you win a debate if you're not doing what you say you're doing?
No.
And that's the hypocrisy that we're living with here in the real world. MK Ultra, Operation Mockingbird has taught these individuals that they don't have to have principles, that they can be as much of a hypocritical content as they want. Everywhere you go, it does not matter. If you have access to X, you can go online and see the evidence. Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Obama, Hillary Clinton, every single one of those individuals is on video talking very direct about immigration and about closing the border and about deporting. Is that right?
Yes.
Did Obama deport hundreds of thousands?
Yes.
Did any of the liberals that are controlled and manipulated protest Obama?
No.
No. Did any of them protest Biden? Were there riots in the street under Biden? No. But is the most vulnerable being manipulated now?
Yes.
Right. Do we see that?
Yes.
Is it easy to see the manipulation?
Yes.
Right. And how so? Because if you try to have a conversation, they will send you articles that prove them wrong in the first place. And what happens if you show them the hypocrisy? Does their brain learn, change, and grow?
No.
What happens?
They start going poo-poo.
Why?
Because they have to.
Why?
Because people don't like feeling wrong. They like to feel right.
That's right. And if they've been manipulated by their fake news, as we know the programs are designed to do, and they've been lied to, how do they feel when the messenger shows up to bring them truth, little girl?
They kill the messenger.
Oh, that's right. Do they want to be told that they've been misinformed?
No.
No. The worst thing you can do if you're trying to be friends with somebody is point out that they've been misinformed, right?
Right.
Unless what?
Unless they're both on the same page.
Unless they want to
learn, change, and grow.
Do you want to learn, change, and grow?
Yes.
Have you made mistakes this morning? Have you already learned, changed, and grow just right here? That's right, because what's your principle? What's your foundation? You just said it. Who's your favorite philosopher?
Plato.
And what do we have to do?
I have to do what I say. I have to do what I say what I do the best way possible.
That's right. And so do we have to wake up early and learn? If we make mistakes, do we give up?
No.
No. Do we take personal responsibility?
Yes.
Do we have to read everything that we're going to talk about?
Yes.
Right. Does that mean we have to put in energy and work?
Yes.
Right. And that's difficult and hard for some to do, right? So some people want to trust the news, right?
Right.
But what do we already know about the news?
They've been lying to us.
Is that known information?
Yes.
Okay, so if people know that they're being lied to and they know they're being manipulated, then why do they still run to the news?
Then why?
I'm asking you, why?
Project Mockingbird?
No. I'm asking you, why do people go look at the news? You don't even really know what the news is because we look at certain stuff. But do people want to be informed?
Yes.
Yes. Is there a lot of stuff going on around the world?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And do people want to know that information?
Yes.
Should people have access to that information?
Yes. Without lies? Yes.
Yes. But how hard is it to find the truth?
Very hard now.
What did G.I. Joe teach us?
Knowing is half the battle. Taking action is the other half of the battle.
That's right, little girl. That's right. Taking action is the other half. So we've already gone over in part 1 and 2 that knowing is half the battle, and the battle you're up against is that the bad actors in the CIA, the bad actors in the FBI were illegally lying to you, manipulating your mom, manipulating your dad, manipulating your cousin, manipulating Bob, Tom, Sally, everybody around you, specifically which groups?
The most vulnerable.
The most vulnerable. So people that watch this show, individuals that are highly intelligent, they're like, I didn't fall for these tricks. That doesn't work on me. And that's probably true, right? Right. They can see it. They can see what we call the chatter, and they can resist it, right?
Right.
But how does that work on the vulnerable groups?
It doesn't work.
If they sit down at night and they watch their late night TV show because they want entertainment and they get fed purposeful lies to manipulate them, what do they become the next day?
Purposeful lies that they ate.
That's right. Because why? What's number 3 in our rule of category of 1 that we learned from MK Ultra, Addy?
Emotionally connect better than anyone else.
So these news sites, they don't give them news. What do they give them?
They give them lies.
That emotionally
connect them.
That's right. And does that make that person feel good? Like they're on the right side because they're emotionally feeling better?
Yes, it does.
And is that easier to manipulate and control them?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the number 3 rule. If you're going to control and manipulate them, emotionally connect better than the other side. And this is what we see played out in politics when we see that the ICE agents specifically are going in to capture murderers, right?
Right.
But New York Times will write an article that says, ICE busted a guy who's been here for 20 years. Which one's more emotionally connecting? ICE is catching a murderer, or ICE is sending somebody back that's been here for 20 years? Which one do you think the liberal white women are going to pay attention to?
The arrested somebody go for 20 years and 9 years in jail for murder.
19 of those 20 years
were in jail for murder.
Right. And was the information right there in the article?
Yes.
Now, guys, this is one example. We have thousands. We have like millions of examples, okay, from CNN to ABC News to all this. Regardless of which one you look at, anytime you look at your phone, it hasn't stopped. The operations are well underway, and the average American is being beaten up and beaten down. That's without talking about how much Big Pharma is poisoning America. That's not talking about how much every TV show, every news headline is bombarding the regular person, right?
Right.
Even if you can wake somebody up for a day, what happens when they wake up tomorrow? Are they getting bombarded with more emotional appeals?
Way more than they got before.
Yeah, it's very difficult. But again, is this happening to everybody or the most vulnerable?
The most vulnerable.
That's right. So we encourage you to not live a solo rolo life, to not worry about your neighbor because it concerns all of us. The more fall to these tricks, the more fall to these traps, the more America gets divided, right? Once upon a time, it didn't matter if you were Democrat or Republican or independent or libertarian or a Green Party. Did you love America?
Yes.
Right. But if we ask that same question today, do you love America? And you identify on the left as a liberal, what do they say, Addy?
No, we hate America.
That's right.
Themselves.
There's only one party in America right now, one group of people that hate the Olympic gold medalist men's hockey team. And is it the right?
Yes.
No, Addy. False. Is it the conservatives? Nope.
No.
Is it the liberals and the left?
Yes.
Why did you think it was the conservatives? Why did you think it was Republicans? You're not listening? Hey, you're off your game today. Hey, calm down. Hey, calm down. You're off your game today for some reason. I don't know why. Look, hey. Calm down. You're good. Is it okay to be wrong? It's okay. Nothing matters. This is our podcast show for us. Hey, it's okay. You're trying to agree with Daddy. That's good. We're learning. Don't let it bother you. Okay.
Okay.
Let's think about it. We are what? What are we? What's Daddy? A registered libertarian? That's right. Okay. So, do we know that people make mistakes all across the board?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But what group is cheering for America right now? Are you cheering for America?
Mm-hmm.
Right. What group is angry at Americans right now?
Left.
That's right. Do we know why?
Why?
Well, did we just do a 3-part series on it?
Mm-hmm. Let me guess. Mockingbird, MK Ultra, and Cointel Program.
Nice. Going to vote. I would agree, Eddie. Have they lost their minds and they're not able to love the America, the country, the freedoms that we have?
Yes.
And if we ask them, would they move away? They would not move away, right?
Mm-mm.
Do they like their rights?
Mm-hmm.
Do they love their freedoms?
Yes.
Then why is it that they hate seeing America succeed and America win? Have they been manipulated?
Yes.
Yes. And is that sad to see?
Yes, it is.
Well, because the PhDs and the stuff show that if you live in a depressed life, if you see the negativity, what happens to energy, Adeline?
Energy has to transfer.
That's right.
Yes.
So if they're fed lies, if they're fed garbage, if they're fed trash, if they're fed negativity and they eat it up, what do they become?
They become that the next day. And water goes to the flow. Energy has to transfer. If you want the energy to go good, working on making the path so the energy can go to the right spot that you want it to go.
That's right. Do we express gratitude each and every day when we wake up?
Yes, we do.
Now, is that hard to do for people that have been manipulated that hate the world?
Yes.
If they're being told to hate the president, are they going to be able to express gratitude for any of the amazing things that this president has done?
No.
And does that hurt us or does that hurt them?
Them.
So guys, think about that. If the president lowers drug prices to the lowest you've ever seen in your entire life, if the president has lowered the drug prices, shouldn't that be something that Americans celebrate?
Yes.
Right? Shouldn't that be something that Americans take advantage of?
Yes.
But are the left liberals hating or are they celebrating?
Hating.
That's weird. If America has gold medals won, should you care what party that person that won the gold medal is part of?
No.
No, but which party cares? The left seems to let
Oh
it
my
bother
God.
them. The left seems to think that they can hate Americans
God.
based off of their what? Politics. Is that normal?
No.
Is that right?
No.
No. Was it always that way?
No.
Yeah, maybe, right? There are some things in there. If you go back to our original Congress, were they like shooting at each other inside Congress? Yeah. Did they have duels out front?
Yep.
Yeah. People have been passionate forever. That's not ever going to change the humans, right?
Mm-mm.
But when fake news is purposely programmed to manipulate
Right.
them, is it easy for us to identify that?
Yes.
Right. How can we change that, little girl?
How?
How can we change it?
So whenever the news says, believe this, you know what we're going to say? Maybe. Just say maybe. And now rewires your brain tremendously. And rewires your brain to look for the truth. And just like for one of the episodes that we did a couple backs ago, that this guy was sitting down, a billionaire, a guy who was very rich, and he saw they were all doing the same thing. And that's how they're trying to manipulate you. They're doing manipulating music. How are they manipulating you? Programming, TV programming, music, movies, news. We know that one. That's all the things they're trying to do to manipulate you to not to rewire your brain. Say, yeah, a pump guy say, yeah. No, they're trying to not the positive energy. They're trying to get you down to the lowest negative energy possible.
That's right, little girl. And what happens to the human brain when they have a lower frequency, like you're saying, and they're more negative? What happens to their brain? Do they become healthier or do they become more sick?
More sick than they were before.
That's right. And just this year alone, have we seen grown men dressed up as women taking big pharma pills, hurting and murdering people all around them?
Yes.
Yes. Why would you give a grown adult psychiatric pills that tell him he's going to hurt and kill someone because he thinks he should be a woman? Is that healthy?
No, it's not.
Has that person been manipulated?
Yes.
Have they been fed negative energy?
Yes.
And then, like we learned from MK Ultra, were they then given drugs?
Yes.
And then did they do violent activities?
Yes, they did.
Didn't we already have all that information? Didn't we already learn all that from the 70s? And yet we're seeing it play out here in 2026. Doesn't that seem weird?
Yes.
Seems really weird, right? So how are we going to fight back against that?
How?
Do we see this government, this administration fighting back against that?
Yes.
Yes. Do we see them creating new rules and laws to protect us?
Yes.
But what are we going to do about the news, right? Do we know that the bad actors in the government have been hurting social media and have been hurting the regular news channels? Is that right?
Yes.
So how can we wake up the public? How can Americans wake up, little girl?
Whenever the news tells you something, just say maybe, and it rewires your brain.
That's right.
To look for the truth.
Is it going to require journalists step up?
Yes.
Is it going to require journalists all across America step up and share information?
Yes.
Is it going to require the individual to want to seek out truth?
Yes.
Yes. We can't change that, can we?
No, we cannot.
Right. Everybody has to make their own choice.
Choices.
Who makes all her choices?
I do. Dad would love to make all the choices for me, and I'm going to tell you why he doesn't make all the choices for me. One, it'll make me weaker. He would love to do it. It will make me weaker. Will it get me smarter? No. Will it get me weaker too? If I haven't made my own choices, would I be where I am now? I don't know, but probably not.
Good answer.
But if I make since I made my own choices and Dad's supporting me, I made it to where I am now. And you can help me, and I can help you. Everyone in the galaxy needs everyone's help. It takes teamwork to unite America and all 50 individual states. It takes a team to do it.
And now, who do people like to join? The losers or the winners?
The winners.
And as Scott Adams taught us, losers have excuses.
Winners have systems.
That's right. And our system is the truth, seeking the truth. So it doesn't matter if we have one follower, if we have 1 billion followers.
Yes.
Oh, did it lose connection?
Yes, it did, because we were doing something very...
It's good. That's good. We're back.
Yep, nice.
Are we going to present truth?
Yes, we are.
Why?
Because we want it.
Is it needed?
Yes.
Is it out there?
Yes.
If you build it, they will come.
Come.
And what do we know? What did G.I. Joe teach us again?
Knowing is half the battle. We're giving you the knowledge. Now you just have to do the other half and take action.
What kind of action? Does that mean ignore your neighbors?
No, it means help your neighbors.
People want to join the winning team. Is that right?
Yes.
So if you present honest, open, truthful evidence in any of your debates, in any of your talking points, does that give the opportunity for the other individual who may think that they're liberal or may think that they're whatever? Does it give them the opportunity now to absorb that truth?
Yes.
But you have to be willing to take that step. And is that hard to do for the average person?
Yes, it is.
Why? Because do you want to lose a friendship or lose a relationship?
No.
No, most people don't. But that weakness has caused what?
It caused more people to be weaker.
What do we know about iron, little girl?
Iron sharpens iron.
That's
So
right.
what happens if you're trying to sharpen a weak iron, the iron that is weak it breaks and cracks.
That's right. But is that your job to worry about the weakness of other metals?
No.
No, you're iron. What do you got to do?
You gotta sharpen other iron. Say, oh, I can't sharpen this iron. On to the next. But boom, I can sharpen this iron. Sharpen. Now you sharpen me. Boom, 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 boom. Sharpen. Now I'm super sharp. Let's keep going. Yeah.
That is some Friday energy right now. I don't need a sip of coffee to keep up with my little girl. Let me keep going with it. Woo, 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 woo. Let's see if I can get it. Come on. I gotta get the energy like you got. Guys, we are up against a bunch of bad actors.
A bunch of bad armies. A bunch of...
Let's talk about who benefits from this. Do foreign entities benefit from a weaker child population in America? Yes.
Yes.
Do communists benefit from a weaker childhood, from weaker children in America? Yes. Do those that seek to destroy American values benefit from weaker children in America?
Yes.
Do we see the public school system
doing that?
Failing since 1970s? Yes. Do we see the public school system failing American citizens?
Yes.
Have we learned more about that thanks to this administration taking over, about the illegal teachers unions doing nasty things?
Yes.
And who bankrolls all of that? Who are the teacher unions in America that have been failing the students proudly part of? Are they part of the RNC or the DNC?
DNC.
That's right. They are proudly admitting, teachers unions, 95%, all proudly admitting that they're Democrat, all proudly screaming that they're Democrat and hating different opinions. Does that sound right? No. Are you supposed to hate people that have different opinions?
No.
Is that the Democratic Party?
Yes.
100%. They tell you each and every time that they hate this people, that they hate this, they hate that, they hate this, they hate that.
They hate this.
Is that weird?
Yes, it is.
Right. We come from a place of love.
Yes.
Do we agree with everybody?
Yes.
Do we agree with everybody?
No, sometimes we don't scream. Sometimes we don't even agree with Scott Adams. And we might have a couple people hop off with Scott Adams if they like Scott Adams a little bit.
No, Scott Adams followed us because we knew that we didn't agree on everything. That's what makes it awesome, right? Do intelligent people like having different opinions in their group?
Yes,
every team Daddy's ever run. Did I find the weaknesses that I have, the parts I don't have, that I put those people on my team?
Yes, the field goals holds it.
Because that makes our team stronger, right?
Yes.
In a family unit, does each of us have different strengths?
Yes, I have knowledge. I'm strong, and brother has the goofiness to get almost everybody to get in play mode.
That's right. Do we work together as a team?
Yes, we do.
Is that what we do as Americans?
Yes.
Well, we used to, but there's been a divide, as you've seen and as you continue to watch. The most vulnerable in America have been put under drugs, have been put under fake news by bad actors in the powerful positions. Now, has this administration, are they doing their job trying to get those bad actors out of these roles?
Yes.
Are we probably in 10 or 20 more years going to learn about all the damage that they did during this point in time?
Yes.
Yeah, because we've just learned in this 3-part series what happened from the 50s to 70s, thanks to the Freedom of Information Act.
Yes.
But are we going to think that no one's ever done anything bad again? Do we think that they just stopped doing bad things?
No.
Do we think bad actors just disappeared?
No. They're always up to something. They're always up to something.
They are always up to something. And is that something what the average American has forgotten, Eddie?
Yes.
And is that why we did this 3-part mini-series, to remind you that together we are up against an army of what?
An army of bad actors, an army of evil people that don't believe in God.
And now, great job, Eddie. And now the Amish already protect themselves by not having access. But, that only works for so much. Do we look at all the chatter?
Yes.
And are we able to prevent and move differently based off of what we see happening?
Yes.
Did we leave New York City before COVID broke out?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A whole month before that broke out. Did we watch as Nancy Pelosi, the greatest stock trader in all time, did we watch Nancy Pelosi in February of 2020 tell all New Yorkers that they were racist if they didn't come down to Chinatown and hug everybody in the parades? Did we watch her say that and do that?
Yes, we did. Now I want to put you in the freeze.
Did everybody immediately following that parade shut down the city because COVID broke out in rampant cases, they said?
Yes.
So isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that Nancy Pelosi said you were racist if you weren't in New York City hugging people at that time? We already knew COVID was breaking out. We were already retreated from New York City and didn't step back into the city. And what did we watch happen?
We watched out exactly what we said happened.
We watched the liars and the manipulators say one thing, and then what they do on the other side.
Do another thing.
Right. So it's almost as if you're prepared and you can see what the liars are saying, that you want to do the opposite, right?
Right.
Let's give another example of that. For the last 3 years, BlackRock, the largest company in the world, almost all media, JP Morgan, the biggest bank in America, told you specifically that crypto was bad, not to buy Bitcoin, not to buy XRP, don't do it. Isn't that what they said?
Yes, they did. And now what's happening to XRP? Boom!
Not yet.
Oh,
We got to buy more first. But what happened? What did BlackRock CEO say, the WEF, at the World Economic Forum? What did they say in the fall of last year? What did they announce right before Christmas?
Don't get XRP.
First, they said don't buy any of the crypto, right?
Right.
Then the BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink, in December, told the whole world, oh, hey, guys, we now own the most. We now own the most of what we told you not to buy. What we paid the media to scare you away from doing, we now own the most of. So now you can go ahead and get in on it.
Oh, great. So you're leading the head? That sounds like a big fat cheer.
I would think so, yeah. But there's no laws to stop him from doing that. There's nothing we can do about it. But as a journalist and as somebody who pays attention, did we already know they were lying?
Yes.
Did we already know that they were lying to the public?
Yes.
Did we already get invested?
Yes.
Because you've already invested, is that right?
Yes.
Have your grandpas and nenes and everybody that can help pitch in, have they helped you get those investments in?
Yes, they
Right.
helped me, and guess what I got for Christmas last year? XRP!
Nice job, little girl.
Thanks,
Now,
Ed.
we want the average American to have information. We can't bring you all the information in the world. Can we help you understand how to navigate what we're up against?
Yes.
Right. And you have to first understand that bad actors are trying to manipulate your opinion, and not maybe your opinion, but at least those around you, right?
Right.
This is why when you try to have conversations with friends from way back in the day, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, anybody who's been stuck in these loops that doesn't know there is a loop, can you tell when you start to talk to them?
Yes.
Do they regurgitate the same opinion that they were given on a late night TV show?
Yes.
Does that seem intelligent?
No.
Right. It's not, right?
Yeah.
I know PhDs. I know men with PhDs that watch Comedy Central news and they count that as news. Why? Because what does Comedy Central do? Do they follow rule number 3?
Yes. Emotionally connect better than anyone else.
Absolutely. And so they get emotionally connected to that. And if you bring honest truth, do they like it?
No.
No. So how can you fight it? Well, you're going to have to use empirical evidence, right? For Black History Month, didn't Thomas Sowell
look for empirical evidence.
Empirical evidence.
Rather than theoretical evidence.
Theoretical probabilities, right?
Yes.
Great job, little girl. I'm glad you remember that.
Thank you. I think I know what theoretical probabilities mean.
Go ahead.
I think theoretical probabilities mean is that don't look over here that this could happen, but it could not happen. That we're just guessing from no evidence. We're just guessing.
That's right. For Black History Month, we want to remind you another program that the government ran was testing, cover your ears, was testing syphilis on Black men. Go ahead. For over 20 years and maybe a little bit longer, this program pretended to tell the Black community that they were giving them health care. Free health care, right?
Yes, it sounds like they're not.
Were they giving them free health care?
No.
No, they gave them placebos and fake energy. Did they let those people stay in those diseases and go through the harm?
Yes.
So that they could get that, what? Data. Yeah, they get the money and the data, right?
Money and data.
Did that same government get held accountable?
No.
No, just something we found out about. So how long before we learn about some of the other problems that are happening right now? It seems like every 10 or 20 years, we find out what they were doing back there, right?
Yeah, way back here.
So in order to stay in front of them, in order to move in front, it takes journalists digging and asking questions. Yes. Is that one of the ways that we've lived our life?
Yes, and I'm going to go over the journalist questions for you. Ready? Who, what, where, when, why, and how. You can be a journalist just by asking those 6 questions.
And the number one that we like to ask first is who benefits? Who benefits? It doesn't matter what our opinion is, and I like your opinion, but it doesn't matter about your opinion. Ask who benefits?
Who benefits?
Who benefits from this? And now that applies to whatever it is that you're reading, to whatever it is the message that you're getting from our news. Who benefits if I believe that? Who benefits if I take action in that direction, right? These are the questions that when you ask, you can generally find a money trail. And that's what we're doing all across America right now as we look into the fraud. Tim Walz took over in Minnesota. And if you look at the stats and the numbers of how much money started immediately going to autistic programs, it jumped 3,000%. It went from not even a few $1 million to hundreds of thousands, guys. It went from nothing to the most unbelievable millions of dollars being thrown away. Okay, through fraud, rampant fraud. You can see it on paper. And now we're doing the investigations. Now, that's just one state. We're finding it in all states. And we're finding out that it's been going on, what do you know, since some of these programs launched. It's almost as if some of the bad actors who created these situations then went into the states and did more of it, right? And are they making money off of it?
Yes, they did. I bet they did. I bet they did exactly what you just said.
Right, but if you turn on the news, what is the left media going to try to do? Are they going to let you look for fraud in all those places, or are they going to try to tell you not to look for fraud?
Don't look for fraud. Cover it up.
Right. Now, you've seen Wizard of Oz. That's one of the favorite scenes we use all the time. When the wizard gets busted behind the curtain, and we can see the wizard behind the curtain, what does the wizard tell the people to do?
Look over here.
Don't look behind the green curtain.
But always
now listen.
Sneak and look behind the green curtain.
Well, that's what you say. You have fight versus flight, right?
Yes, and Oh, that
Are you a fight versus flight girl?
Yes, can I tell them what happened last night?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. That's not this show. We'll do a different show on fight versus flight.
Okay.
And I'll let you do the whole show.
Okay.
Because you are a fight versus flight girl, right?
Yep.
Now, what did we learn, right? So first we see a wizard behind the green curtain. Do most of us want to go see what he's doing? Right? Does everybody?
No.
No. Does the most vulnerable want to find out that they've been lied to and they're being tricked? Oh, isn't it just easier to believe the lie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
let's just go like the wizard.
So, we're not going to win over every single person in America unless we win, right?
Right.
Will people follow the winner?
Yes.
Right. Are we seeing winning in America?
Yes.
Right. Are we seeing better health for America?
Yes.
Yeah, we just changed the SNAP recipients. We just changed the way the programs were giving people sugar. Is that healthier for America?
Yes.
Will that make the kids stronger?
Yes.
Will that make the most vulnerable in America stronger?
Yes, they will.
Then you need to ask that question. It's February 27th in 2026, and it took Donald J. Trump hiring a lifelong Democrat to finally get our programs that are helping the most vulnerable to actually help the most vulnerable. Previous to this administration, were they shoving sugar junk into the most vulnerable?
Yes, they were.
Right. Were they giving access to the worst of the ingredients to the most vulnerable?
Yes, you know what I
Did that
said?
affect their brain?
Yes, it did.
Did that affect their ability to learn?
Yes, they affect their ability
Do we see that in the proficiency of reading of more than 70% can't read?
Yes.
Do we see that children don't have attention spans, even 1/100th of what they were previous in the last 40 years? Do we see math failing all the way across?
Yes.
And while all that's happening, do we see Big Pharma setting record freaking numbers?
Yes.
So did MK Ultra teach us how they were going to do it?
Yes.
Did Operation Northwood show us how they were going to manipulate?
Yes.
Did the FBI show us that they're willing to lie and manipulate?
Yes. Did Operation Mockingbird show you that? Yes.
The answers are yes.
Yes.
So when we started our family with that knowledge, did we know what we were up against?
Yes, we did.
And did some of our friends and family laugh at us that we moved out into the wilderness, out into the woods, surrounded ourselves by Amish, only eat from the farmer's market, took tap water out of our daughter? Did that seem in 2015 a little too crazy for our conservative friends?
Yes.
But now it's 2024 or 2026. Well, by 2024, everybody came back. Did they start wanting to make America healthy again?
Yes.
Did they realize that what we built this family upon is simple knowledge?
Yes.
Is the simple truth?
Yes.
Can they change their behaviors right now?
Yes.
Right now, today, can they change their behaviors?
Yes.
Right. That leads us to our quote for Lamentations. The Lord's love never ends. His mercy never stops. They are new every morning. Right? So when we wake up every day, is it a new day?
Yes.
Are we thankful for today?
Yes.
And what's the number one lesson that we're always going to learn each and every day?
Learn, change, and grow.
Why is Daddy the smartest man in the room? And I know there's some very smart people tuning in right now, so I'll be careful. But why is Daddy the smartest man in the room?
Because he knows nothing. That makes you a little bit smarter that you admit that you know nothing. Then you can learn, change, and grow.
Right, guys, if your glass is full, then you're going to need to get 2 more glasses because we got to fill it up. Otherwise, you need to do what?
Learn more, change, grow.
You can't do that if your glass is full.
Okay.
You can't do that if you think you know everything. So by admitting that we know nothing, what are we telling our brain to do?
Start learning, start changing, and start growing tremendously.
That's right, guys. Principles stay the same, but knowledge has to increase. Your perception has to increase. What you're able to see in your peripheral vision has
to increase.
Do we want to increase your peripheral vision?
Yes.
Do we want you to see more than you're able to see already?
Yes.
Can journalism help with that?
Yes.
So what are those journalism questions one more time, little girl?
Who, what, where, when, why, and how.
Those are very simple questions. But if you're going to become a journalist, you got to fill at least those out, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't pass the test unless you get those questions in, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do you ask those questions in everything that we do?
Yes, I write on every single paper I write who, what, where, when, why, and how to make sure I got all the questions.
That's right.
And I say them out loud.
Now, is Big Pharma benefiting from a weaker America?
Yes.
Are they profiting billions of dollars?
Yes.
Okay, let's give you another example. When COVID came out, in the most intelligent society in the world, should we have had the best and coolest open debates about how to solve this?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
No.
No. In fact, the opposite happened. Okay, so we'll give you another example. When COVID first broke out, anybody, any PhD, every single doctor, every single nurse, every single person in the healthcare, CEOs that you could trust and can trust and have trusted your whole life that did not agree with Dr. Fauci was suppressed. X kicked him off the platform. YouTube kicked him off the platform. Everywhere, Instagram kicked him off the platform. That's weird. That's weird. Isn't the definition of science that we have to prove the consistency?
Yes.
Doesn't science demand that all the smart people get in a room and debate?
Yes.
So then why would any entity, why would any organization that wants the truth silence PhDs, silence doctors, physicians, silence nurses, nurse practitioners, silence CEOs, double MBAs? Why would anybody silence intelligent people when we're supposed to have debate? What's just one reason, little girl?
I got a couple. Ready? One, they were not. He didn't. She or he did not. They were not like players. They did not say, "I'm going to do this," but they actually did something way over there.
Hypocrites.
Hypocrites did not. They did not say what he does. He does what he says, and they didn't do it the best way possible. They
Definitely
did
not.
None of it. They just grab that knowledge and throw it in the trash.
Did they lie and manipulate the public opinion?
Yes, they did. They lied.
And was it easy to do?
Yes, it was.
Was there fear in place?
Yes.
And did they pump the fear up?
They pumped it so high.
And what happened to the most vulnerable?
They got taken.
Did they fall for those tricks?
They fell for those tricks.
Why wouldn't they? Is a human who has fear pushed on them going to fall to what the government tells them?
Yes.
But they're supposed to be able to trust the government, right? But we've already understood from 3 programs that bad actors in the government will lie and manipulate you on purpose. Is that right?
Yes.
Right. That does not mean that everybody in the government is lying and manipulating. It doesn't. But are there bad actors?
Yes.
Yes. And COVID expressed it again. And it showed them again what we already learned in MK Ultra, what we already know from Operation Mockingbird, what we've already seen in COINTEL played out to the best of its ability in 2019 to 2020. Right? We got more friends in 2020. Why? Because we showed our strength, right?
Yes.
We had several dads, several families, several moms, people we never talked to in a very long time, called us up and said, "Bro, are you taking this vaccine? Tell me how you know. Why do you know not to? Can you give me an example?" What did we show them? Did we give them examples?
Yes, we did.
We said, for example, you should know that Johnson & Johnson makes baby care products. Did we know, because we were having a baby, to do our research about Johnson & Johnson? And did we find out that Johnson & Johnson was serving cancer baby products to the babies?
Yes.
Yeah. And did they know it was doing it?
Yes.
And were they still making it?
Yes, they did.
Until they got all the product out the door. And then did they settle a lawsuit?
Yeah.
And was that lawsuit even a partial cut to the billions of dollars they profited? So if I'm making a high risk, high reward scenario, is it worth it to me if I don't care about humanity to sacrifice some people, make my billions, and then pay the fee?
No.
Yeah, they would do that. They absolutely would do that. No, I would not. You're right.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
You would never do that.
I would never do that. Would these evil, vile scum do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
they would, but not us.
And we knew that. Now, right. So that's a company. That's Johnson & Johnson doing that. So are we going to take their experimental drug that they're not even liable for?
Heck no.
Why yeah, that's it. Like duh. Like, duh, we're not going to do that. Right?
And
Like, duh. Like, there's not, you don't have to ask me, like, duh. But the average person said, well, but I'm scared. Right? Well, who scared them?
Johnson & Johnson.
The news and the media.
The news, the media.
The New Yorkers scared them, right?
Yes.
Did our Texas and Floridians and friends in the South have the same fear that they had in the North?
Yes. No.
Not even close. Under Republican leadership in the Red Addy, they weren't anywhere close. They were outside playing. New Yorkers were trapped inside their buildings. They were not allowed to go outside. It was 2 different countries, up north, down south. If you were in a blue state, was I even allowed to attend Sean Alexander the Great's birth?
No.
They didn't even let me into the hospital, guys. They let me bring my wife to the hospital. They let me walk my pregnant wife to the operating room. And then they took her and said, now leave the hospital. You might spread COVID. Excuse me? How, like, these were PhDs, right? Did Daddy out-argue every single one of those doctors? did PhDs admit that they were just guessing?
Mhm.
Right. But their guess was what?
You might
Educated guess. Is it easier to trick people who think they're already educated?
Mhm.
That's right. Because they think to trust everything, right? What do we know?
Don't trust everything.
What did our grandpa teach us growing up? What was the first rule? Grandpa gave me a whole set of encyclopedias. Here's your knowledge, Sean. And I'm only 5, 6 years old. Here's a whole set of encyclopedias. I'm dating myself. For those of you guys who know, we didn't have internet back then. This is knowledge, right? This is how you become a strong man. Alexander the Great created the greatest library of all time, right? Because of his teacher. Who was his teacher? Do you remember? So Daddy's is Socrates. No, Daddy's is Socrates. Yours is?
Plato.
Who's Sean? Aristotle, right? All the way down, right? Aristotle teaches Alexander the Great. They build the greatest library so that you can have wealth and knowledge.
Yep.
Grandpa, fast forward it to the 80s, Grandpa gives Dad all these encyclopedias. Yes. And he says, here's knowledge. Here's access to knowledge. But you know what he told me before I even grabbed the first book?
What?
He said, what you're reading could be a lie, right?
Right.
Now, for 2 reasons. One, science and new data changes regularly, right? Mm-hmm. So he was saying, hey, here's some information written in a book that could already be different. It could already be new. Maybe they said this about the whale, but maybe they've learned now that the whale actually isn't doing that. That was a guess. So can educated people be wrong?
Yes.
Are educated people wrong all the time?
Yes.
Yeah, as we go back in time, do we always learn something new?
Yeah.
And do we find out that the scientists who thought they were so smart 50 years ago were actually dodo birds?
Dodo. Yes,
right.
Yes.
This is why we have to keep learning.
Changing and growing.
So anytime someone says you're not allowed to question their belief, you're not allowed to question their science, do we know they're fraud?
Yes, immediately start.
Immediately fraud.
Immediately
fraud.
Hey, he told me not to question, and then you immediately say, I'm not falling for that crap, and leave the room.
Watch your language. We're on a kid show.
Sorry.
It's okay. I like it. I like it when you're passionate, girl.
I'm not falling for that.
You're not falling for it. Guys, because the signs are already there. You already see them. What we're trying to help you understand is that number 2, so one is that information could change, but number 2 was, well, the person who wrote that down, Sean, may have their own motivation to write that truth down, right? This is where his story comes in, right? If you're the winner, do you get to write the tale? That's right. Now, are you probably going to write in there all the bad things you did? No. If you win the story, are you going to talk about how bad you are? No, you're going to be perfect, right? Well, I don't know. Well, we read the stories and we read history. Do you like horrible histories?
Yeah, they're so horrible.
Why do you like horrible histories?
Because stupid death, hope next time it's not you.
That one's pretty funny, learning about some of the horrible ways some kings have passed, right?
Yep.
But what do we like about horrible histories? Are we learning more truth around certain truths?
Yes, and they're not keeping the bad parts in there. They're letting all the knowledge just go boom.
Right, and there's always more sides than just 2 to any story, right? Mm-hmm. And in order to get it all, what do we have to do? Ask
questions.
That's right. Going right back to COVID. So when COVID broke out, were you allowed to ask questions? No. And in fact, if you asked questions, were you ostracized? Were you hated on? Were you pushed? Was there retaliation? Mm-hmm. Does that sound like an informed public?
No, it does not.
Does it sound like an intelligent public?
No, it does not.
Absolutely not. So did we see most of the public become vulnerable?
Yes, we did.
And under that vulnerability, were they shoved drugs?
Yes, we did.
Now, you told me MK Ultra ran from the 70s, but we're talking about what just happened not even 6 years ago. You're telling me it happened again? That the public was drugged? That the public was misinformed again by the media? Again? Guys, you think the 3-part series is done, but we're just getting started. We told you what happened in the 50s to 70s, and now we're telling you again that we're here in 2026, and the same things are happening, like we're stuck in a loop. And you want more proof? Let me show you.
Then I'll show you.
In the 50s, 60s, and 70s, UFOs, UAPs were regularly reported, go look at the Freedom of Information Act, to Congress, okay? The same exact thing that's happening right now. These aren't new sightings, guys. The sightings that they're saying they've seen over the last couple of years, they were already reporting to Congress in the 50s and 60s.
That was like hundreds of years ago.
It was 100 years. About 60 years ago.
60 years ago.
But guys, this information is happening again. What kind of loop are we in
What kind of loop?
when Congress was being told about aliens and UAPs and all these things back in the 50s and 60s, regularly having those briefings. Now we're told that aliens are real by Obama, that Trump's got to declassify it now so Obama doesn't get arrested. And now Peter, the war secretary, is going to start declassifying information. Is that good? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't. Yeah, good answer. We don't know. Right. Great. We don't share opinion. We're asking, why does it seem like we're stuck in a loop? Why is it what happened in the 50s, 60s, and 70s
just came back 60 years later and came back? Same part, just in 2026.
Right. That means, Addy, that in our new show in 2046, that we're going to be saying, hey guys, MK Ultra 2 took place in the 1924. We're going to talk about Mockingbird 2 was always still ongoing. They never stopped it. We're going to be sharing the same exact news, the same program in the future. We're going back to the future because it hasn't stopped, okay? That's what we want you to take away from today's episode, is that what you already publicly know, you know. Do not forget it. You already know that what you think is mainstream media are propaganda machines, right? And you know that bad actors are using them to dumb down the public. This doesn't happen to everyone, but the gap is going to be huge, okay? If Addy is in third grade and is 8 years old, and she's already more proficient at reading than 70% of her peers, what does that mean for the future?
I'm going to be smarter, and everyone else is going to be dumber, but my family that already knows how to read.
That sucks, right? Don't we want all Americans to be strong and smart?
Yeah, I'm just going to just find a few kids that know how to read, and we can read like books.
We know you're going to become first Empress of Earth, and the problem is 70% of all your people aren't even going to be able to read. So we're going to have to communicate with them through a TV show, right? What?
Guess what I'm going to do then?
You going to teach them to read?
Yes, I'm going to say, all right, class is at 9 o'clock for all kids, and they get to listen to me read, then they get to read the book, and I get to help them a little bit to watch over. And I'm going to do a PSA booty pad. That's to make sure no one has armed weapons in. And I'm going to let their parents in the corner from.
Well, they're going to be grown adults by then, so we're going to have issues, guys. And it's not going to stop unless we change it. And you see, this administration is actively and aggressively fighting for that change. We see multiple things happening right now across the world. As we learn that screen time needs to be taken away from children, we now see schools and other third world countries pushing screens in front of the children, even more so. So you already know, off of Grok and off of digital intelligence, that a teenager should have less than an hour of screen time, and anybody under the age of 13 should have no screen time. We should not put short form films in front of your children. If you want to keep your film, if you want to keep your children educated, if you want to keep your children's attention high, you want to keep them off of the drugs, do not put short form video in front of them. Don't let them go through the Instagram feeds. Don't let them go through the TikTok feeds. Do not let them have that access like your Amish brothers and sisters already know. And will you strengthen your children? Will they naturally be stronger than all the children around them?
Yes. At kids, I'm going to give you a little question. Kid to kid, okay? 8-year-old to possibly a 19-year-old. 8-year-old to probably maybe a 5-year-old. So you ready, kids?
Go ahead, Addy. I'm hot. I'm getting hot in here.
All right. So, do you want to be smart? Leave us in the comments. You can say yes, no, or you can give me a crazy question.
What you got?
If you want to be strong, follow this show, and you can be amazing, just like us. And you're gonna hear everybody in your house, your walls, your floors. It's gonna say, "Watch Addy and Daddy. Watch Addy and Daddy. Watch Addy and Daddy."
I see what you did there. We were going over some sales tactics last night, and we were talking about closing, and we were talking about the process of the sales. What's the first thing we do? Do you know?
Find the pain. Live in the pain. Find the pain. Live in the pain. And then say, and grab their face and shove it into the pain. Then say, I can take this pain away. I can take it away. I can take it.
Yeah, that's the first 3 steps of all sales processes.
I memorized it last night.
This is an 8-year-old little girl. I'm not kidding when I say first Empress of the world, guys. She already understands the basics of the sales process. You don't know what you're going to be up against as she gets older, okay? This is just the start. We're doing this show for her and I to strengthen ourselves and hopefully an effort for some of that to leach out into the public, right?
Yep.
Our nanas and nanas, our papa goats, our big pops, our grandma kikis, they're strong, right?
Mhm.
Do we want every American to be stronger?
Yes.
Yes. And that will happen if we listen to each other and we help each other, right?
Yes.
Now, in order to do that, we know, because G.I. Joe taught us,
knowing is half the battle. Taking action is the other half. We give you the knowledge, you take the action. Teamwork.
today we talked a little bit about that action, what that looks like. The biggest takeaways for how to save Americans' children is stop putting them in front of screens. And as we discussed with Grok this morning, if you were to try to buy tobacco products, is there a Surgeon General warning on the product that tells you it will hurt you? There is now. Again, back to the news media and the lies. The smoking industry for a long time paid lobbyists. If you ever seen Up in Smoking, great movie. Up in Smoking is the name of the movie.
Okay.
But Journalist 101. They specifically showed you that the lobbyists paid scientists, what do you know, paid scientists to lie to the general public that all the drugs inside of a cigarette, from the nicotine through all the crazy stuff that was in there, was in fact hurting Americans, right?
Yeah.
Addy, anywhere you would go before you were born, people were smoking cigarettes. It didn't matter if you were on an airplane, if you were on a bus, if you were in a restaurant, if you were in a club. You didn't smoke. I didn't smoke, but did I have to go around it and be around it? Oh, it's disgusting. You couldn't walk into a restaurant. Like, oh, the smoking section's here, but the whole restaurant smelled nasty. Trying to have some good food is just disgusting. And we lived like that for a long time. Mainly, we lived like that for a long time because the information was hidden from the public by scientists that were paid. So do we know that scientists can be greedy?
Yes.
Yeah, we know all humans can be greedy. But do we know a scientist could be paid to lie?
Yes.
Yeah, we learned that. Is that learned information? Do people forget that information? Yes. But once America found out the scientists were lying, once America found out how bad the cigarette and secondhand smoke was, did we change the rules? Did we push smoking away?
Yes, we did.
And have more American children stopped entering into that game?
Yes.
Yes. Now, we don't care. We want you to have the right. If you want to smoke a cigarette, go get your drag. We're not hating on that. What we didn't want was for children to be stuck around that smoke, right?
Yes. You know what?
And has that changed America?
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. You've never even really smelled a cigarette because we don't go anywhere where there would be cigarette smoke. And if you do, what's the first thing you do?
Smell it and then cover your nose and bundle it. Grab a paper clip and go.
She's embarrassing in public, guys. Not to me. We don't get embarrassed. Scott Adams, reteaches not to be embarrassed. But does she embarrass grown adults when you walk out and you go, what I smell? I smell it. Do we always see whoever's smoking a cigarette trying to hide and run off?
Yeah. Say, I was running out and I said,
Yep. And so the cigarette has been eliminated from what it was doing because we found out the truth. Because in order for the public to change, in order for the public to go forward, I don't know if it's still going. In order for the public to go, there it goes. In order for the public to change, in order for the public to go forward, they have to have the truth, right?
Yes.
Yes, the truth will set you free. So that's why we did this 3-part mini-series to cover how it's affecting. We wanted to get into women entering the workforce. We wanted to get into 2 parents working. Where are the kids? In daycares, in government control, again, making them more vulnerable and then putting them on medication. We wanted to get into that and show you what those numbers look like, but we've already gone over our time. I'm sweating buckets in here and it is getting hot. Is that right? Yes. Probably because I wore my Buc-ee's hat today, hoping to get that sponsor out of these wonderful crew over here, right?
Yes.
Yes, little lady, what you got?
Can I do this?
Yes.
I'm asking God to hear your prayers and surprise you with his answer.
For God, all things are possible. Thank you, little lady.
You're welcome.
And before we leave here, let's give one more beautiful pledge and remind everybody why we're united, regardless of those that seek to divide us.
Let's go, America. Let's go, kids. Let's go, the entire galaxy. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's the American dream, and we talked about it all week. Now you know what we're up against. Now you know how to fight back. And tomorrow's episode will give you even more tips and tricks on how to fight back. Addie, thank you for a wonderful show today. I know you felt a little bummed halfway through there when you made some mistakes, but little girl, let me tell you, nobody in America is waking up as early as you are and diving into these research. Nobody in America is focusing. What are you doing?
What?
Are you trying to copy my words?
No, I was trying focusing.
Okay. Nobody in America is spending the same time that you're doing. Okay. You're waking up in the morning and what are you doing?
Immediately getting writing down, reading.
Yeah. And what are you focused on? Are you focused on helping America?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Understand that you're already putting forth more effort than the average human being. Most people are narcissistical and they only think about themselves. But you, with your altruistic behaviors, what do you care about?
I care about everyone.
That's right. Do you care what their party or affiliation is?
I don't care if they're Democrat. I want to help them either way.
That's right. And I appreciate that. I want to tell you that I thank you for the time and energy you put into this show. I know that you're 8 years old, and I know that it's difficult to intake all this information. But do you give your all?
Yes, I do.
Would Plato be proud of you?
Yes, he would.
Am I proud of you?
Yes.
Is your mama proud of you?
Yes.
Is Big Papa and Grandma Kiki proud of you?
Yes.
Is Nana and Papa Go proud of you?
Yes, is Grandma Kiki proud of me?
Absolutely. They tell you each and every day. And you have new fans joining each and every day. And we want to thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
It's a long haul, and we've got a long way to go. 2026 is just our first year. In order for us to qualify for some of the bigger things that we're doing in this world, it does require that we have 1 full year of media presentation. Okay? So in order to do that, which is what we're doing right now, getting the 1 year presentation done, we'll then qualify for several next pieces to get our media up and off the ground. And by the end of this year, will you own your own LLC media group, little girl?
Yep.
You will. Stay tuned and help support us as we grow. Love you, and God bless America.